So I was thinking of titling this video that I'm boring AF or like, boring as, the word. And I just think that when people are on their success journey, they might seem boring to the average person who may go out to, party or go to the clubs or just want to go out and do stuff. Because most people who want to go out and do stuff, they spend money. A lot of people don't know how to just do things for free and just enjoy their day, enjoy their time, go to the park, go to the beach. Um, have a picnic, do something that's not relatively too much money. And I think those are really the boring people who have to be entertained. One of my biggest pet peeves is when somebody is bored. They be like, John, what you doing? I ain't got nothing going on. Or like, I'll be like, nothing much, just chilling. I'll be like, oh, can I hang out with you? Because I ain't got nothing to do either. It's like, nah, man, take your boredness over there. Or like, people only want to hang out with you because they're bored instead of because they actually want to do something. And I know I'm far from boring because I'm actually interesting. I have an interesting life. I have a lot of different skills I like to do. I like to do a lot of different things. If you guys watch my other channel, I do all kinds of stuff on my main channel. And it just shows that everybody has a different opinion on what boring is and what is not. But honestly, I'd rather be boring. I'd rather have a lot of people not know about my life or think that I don't really do too much because I don't think those people are probably have that much value to bring anyways. But really, I think as you grow on your like money journey, like just how I was talking about in my last video, that you have to sacrifice. You might have to be a little bit boring to to the average person. You may not be going out to the club. You may not be going out to drink. You may not be going out to. I don't know what people do anymore. I'm 31 years old. Like I'd even go to the club or party when I was in my 20s. I was never really into it. Like I know dancing is fun and drinking can be fun here and there, but I think what's more fun is like playing the video game or spending time with my girlfriend and watching anime or I like to get physical too. I like to skateboard. I like to skate on skates. But for real, that a lot of that stuff is free. I think being a fun person without having to do things is more valuable than like going out and spending money. Like yeah, you can go out, you can have a nice night out, and a lot of times, yeah, I like to treat my girl. Like, let's say we're going out to eat, or I take her to the movies, or I take her to go mini golfing or something like that. That stuff is cool. But I think honestly, she'd rather just spend time with me. I'd rather just spend time with her. Like, I don't care. She'd be falling asleep. Let me say this: a girlfriend is really like she doesn't do a lot of stuff, which is cool. She just goes to school, she comes home, she studies, and she goes to work, and I love that. You know, I wouldn't really want her to be going to the clubs and stuff like that. I mean, she could if she wanted to, but the fact that she doesn't, it just makes me more attracted to her because I know I ain't gotta think like, what is she out there doing, or like, what is somebody out there doing try to do with her? It's not even like insecurity thing. It's really like, if I'm a man, I have to protect. It's just another thing, less thing I have to think about. Same thing as me. If I'm going out and there's women try to flirt with me and stuff like that. Yeah, I know it's a trust thing, but at the same time, I just don't like to put myself in situations where, negative things may happen. Like I used to smoke a lot and, I would hang out with different people that would smoke or even like picking it up. Like that stuff can all be exciting. Like, man, like finding a plug and like having to go into a dark alley. Nah, that shit's actually it's not exciting. That shit is like terrifying. Like, bro, am I gonna go to jail today? So it's like what you may call fun or what you think that people who are boring, like some people will think that you're boring just because you're plain and that you're simple. I don't know, man. I think it's better to be simple than be trying to show that you're like flexing on people that you're having fun all the time and that you're a fun person. Like if you're a fun person, you ain't gotta show it. If you got money, you don't have to show it. If you are strong, it's cool to show your progression, but you're not gonna be like all on people's face like, oh yeah, I can bench, blah 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 blah. Like it's just weak, bro. Like even if you can do it, it's like it's just weak, so just being able to be yourself and let your true self shine without you having to like try too much. I think that's like more inherently important. And this video might be boring because I'm just rambling. I'm not really making a point other than you being simple and you being you is the most important thing. You don't have to worry about trying to show off so much. And you may get lonely. I'm not gonna lie. You may be on this journey for like even making YouTube videos, man. Like making videos every day and you don't have any YouTube friends or people you can collaborate with or people who really like want to support you, it's gonna get boring. And sometimes even watching like the view count, it's not going up. You know, you may not get no likes, you may not get no comments, and it may make you want to quit. But at the end of the day, there are times when you're just like, you have to just do nothing. You have to learn to be okay with just taking it slow. You know, I think a lot of people would benefit from meditation. A lot of people don't. Oh, a lot of people don't want to meditate is because I got excited because meditation is one of my favorite topics and I love talking about it. But a lot of people don't like to meditate because they think it's boring. And yeah, it is. It can be. But the point of meditation is not to, you know, it's not to be blissfully blissed out. It's not to like feel all enlightened and all that stuff. Like that stuff can come, but really it's just to sit there. It's to sit there and be okay with yourself. Another thing that I tell people that I've done and they think, oh, I don't know if I could do that is sensory deprivation tank. It's a tank that you get into and it turns off your sound. I mean, there's no sound. It's quiet in there. It's dark in there. The water is the same temperature as your skin, and it has Epsom salt, so you're like floating. So you're like floating in this pod. A lot of people say that they couldn't do that because they couldn't sit with themselves. A lot of people really can't sit with themselves and allow their internal thoughts to come up. And honestly, I think sometimes when you're bored and you ain't got nothing to do, or I don't really even call it bored, it's just like when you're not actively doing something, when you're not focused on something, you're not doing something, then that's when your mind can wander the most. And that's when you have a lot of the best ideas. And that's when you should write those ideas down. If you're bored, that means you have time to do something. I think being bored is actually a blessing. At least you're not out there. I don't know. I just feel like being bored is kind of a blessing because you can actually sit there and think about what you want to do. Even if you're at work and you're like, oh, I'm so bored at work. Like, at least you have the time. That's how I viewed it at Amazon. Like, I would be packing, and I hate packing, but I would sit there and I would view packing as like a good thing because it gave me the time to like focus on my goals and like what I wanted to do. How am I gonna get out of Amazon? What videos am I gonna make tomorrow? How much money can I make doing this or that? What should I improve about myself? You know, those are the thoughts that I would have when I'm working there, stuck at that station. But I don't know, boredom, boring, a lot of those words I really don't even use. I take them out of my vocabulary. Even the word broke, because I feel like broke, you can be rich in other areas. You know, you can be rich in honesty, you can be rich in integrity, you can be rich in relationships. You may not have a lot of material things, but you can be rich in other areas, and those things could probably get you rich monetarily too. But for real, boredom, broke are two things I really don't like to say. But at the same time, I think it's actually a good thing to be boring because a lot of the people who are not boring, they be spending all their money or they be getting into trouble. And honestly, I don't want to get into trouble and I don't want to be broke and spend all my money doing stuff that stupid, you know, like or stuff that I don't want to do it right now, but in the future, I'll be able to do it because I'll have saved all this money to be able to afford the time to do all the stuff that I want to do. Like I have a homie, he always wants to go out. John, what you doing today? Let's go out, get something to eat. It's like, damn, like why we always gotta spend money? Why we always gotta go out? Why can't we just chill? You know, why can't we create something, have another idea? But that's why I want to get this money so that way I can have a house so people can come over and we can have a game night or we can play the game or do whatever it may be. So I don't know, you guys. I just want to tell you that being boring is not a bad thing. You know, it's okay to be bored. You know, maybe use that time to just let your mind wander and think of some ideas or think of some things that can make you more money or make you less bored because there's a million things to do in the world. You know, you can learn any skill. You can learn how to play guitar. You can learn how to play the trumpet. You can learn about water. There's a million things to learn about water, the molecular structure, how it's good for you and all these different ways, how it's good for the earth. So, you know, just find something that you're into and go balls to the wall. I was gonna say balls deep, but I was like, oh, pause for a second. Think about what you're about to say, boy. But anyways, that's all I got to say today. I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.